Hello, Ducks fans. Welcome to another episode of the Quack Report. My name's Carter. I'm joined by Nate, and we're going to talk Ducks hockey as much as we feel like because it has been rough down the stretch. But this will still be a very exciting episode. You know, there's still some positives in that game. We got a little bit of news to talk about. Nate's been teasing an announcement that is merch related for the last week or so we'll get to that. As well, we got lots of upcoming games, and then, of course, our What's Quackin' segment to top things off. But before we get into all of that, Nate, how has your week been so far?
It's been all right. It's been a little busy just with school and trying to get stuff ready for today's announcement and everything like
For the
that.
big day.
I've been hard at work with that kind of stuff. And literally yesterday, so with coming back to class, I'm not sure how your profs have been, but I had one prof who, you know, kind of like had some contingency plans for depending on how long the lockout went at our university. And so he, like, when we came back, he was just like, yeah, okay, so this is capped off at the lockout, so you're done there. This is capped off at the lockout, you're done there. And this as well. Literally, I'm just going to make it your quizzes, and you can choose to come to class, or you can just, you know, put in a poll that I'm posting that you don't have to be there. If you just want to do the class technically on your own, that's fine. And like, I wish you the best for the semester and everything like that. And so that's the option that I took. I wrote all of like the last 8 quizzes yesterday. It was like 140 questions altogether. So I just basically finished an entire class yesterday. So yeah.
Nice.
But
that's busy, but it's done.
It is busy.
All done.
Yeah. So, but now it's done. I just have 3 classes left, and those ones all end like at the very end. So with like,
sweet.
I don't know how it's for your classes, but like there's one that I still have like 70% of the class to do. I'm just like,
oh yeah,
oof.
That's most of my classes, honestly, but they've taken out a bunch of stuff. So hey, Marcus, quack to you too, buddy.
What's up, Marcus?
Good to see ya.
Yeah, like, and like a lot of the other classes like have taken out things, and it's still like, yeah, you still have this and this and this to do though, even though we've restructured it. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. All right.
Yeah.
So, and I know they try to take out as much as they can. I'm not complaining about the profs or anything like that. So, but
yeah, but it's tis what it is, and we're still here to talk Ducks hockey, which
always
is way more exciting than than whatever we're doing in our not Ducks talking time, I guess.
Yeah, which I guess we're extended a little bit. What about you? Or are you as busy as I've been the last couple of days, or?
Not too bad. No, it's like for my classes, it's just kind of been like getting back into things. Like, okay, this is where we left off because you probably don't remember anything, and oh, you had like this exam just before the break, so like let's go through the exam. And so it's been very like just getting back into things. But now it's
dude, I wish it was just like, honestly, it was just getting, the video game fans will enjoy this one. It was like just getting straight dropped into Verdansk when like the battle's already like halfway through. Here you go, have fun, good luck. So, but like the classes didn't really have a choice. So, but yeah, at least you got like the gradual, okay, we're gonna get back into it here. Whereas just like, have fun, nice. Kid. Drop you in the deep end when you haven't even swam yet. So
yeah. I mean, one of mine was, it's like a night class, so we spent like 10 minutes being like, this is what's going on. We don't have any more time. Let's get into it. So that was only one of them, but I've only had one of that class so far. So
well, there you go.
Yeah, we got Marcus chiming in on his school situation. Got his intern back, 94.75 in Geo, nice. 50 in French, nice. Keep it right above the minimum there.
That's better than I do
for that. Yeah. 87 in English, makes sense that you'd be doing better in English than French.
There you go. Yeah.
76 or 77 basically in science, 90 in math. Ooh, nice. Somehow
you got a challenger.
Yeah, apparently. Somehow now I know I'm dumb, so I have zero idea about my grades. That's what he says.
Dude, those don't look like dumb grades to me. So
nope.
That's a better grade in French than I think I ever got. And I live in Canada, which is a bilingual country of English and French. So
yeah.
Like, I know like just a little bit, but like I don't really think I can formulate like bigger sentences or anything like that anymore. So
Yeah, I know enough that if I went to France and I was in a restaurant, I could like understand what was on the menu
Yeah,
and like know what I was getting, and that's about it. That's
yeah,
that's the important stuff. The food, at least
yeah.
for me.
Google Translate will be my friend if I ever do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, right.
Oh, but all right.
We got one question
Oh,
from
yeah.
Marcus. There's one more as well before we get into the Ducks game. I'll leave this one for you. He wants to know if he should do a franchise or be a pro in NHL.
Oh, okay. Now I get I do both. I guess I've been leaning more into the franchise though lately. I've been having fun with that. I took control of the Arizona Coyotes and within 4 years had torn down the team even more so than it was this year. Like tore it down completely, built up draft picks and like got high end picks and everything like that and won a cup in the first 4 years.
See, and
So
this is why people say the EA NHL games aren't realistic because you can do shit like that. Everyone knows Arizona's not going to be a cup contender in 4 years.
no, but the dude, like, okay, they're like scraping the bottom of the barrel. I literally was at the bare minimum and then was able to like sign guys in free agency and everything like that and make big trades.
Yeah.
But now my team has struggled to get past the second round. The one that I'm playing right now, they missed the playoffs even with like a lot of high end talent.
Mhm.
And but now making a return, whereas I think I'm like just after the trade deadline, sitting third. So it's looking good. So the Arizona Coyotes in the 2028 season are doing all right, just so everybody knows here. Um,
Someone tells
so like
the Sporty Show, Corey and Richie there, so
yeah,
that they can look
they'll
out
be
for
happy.
that.
They'll be happy about that.
Yeah.
So like be a pros or like franchise is fun if you want to like control a team and like try to do it. And like I add the challenge to myself of like making trades hard and like keeping the salary cap and everything like that. But I wanted to focus more on the team and not handle so much of the money stuff. So you can have like an assistant GM handle that of
Mhm.
like your concession prices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then be a pro is obviously fun that you can, create your own guy and you play through it. For myself, it got kind of repetitive after a little bit though. They need to revamp the be a pro a little bit just for my taste. I still have fun doing it. I'll play like a few games kind of over a bit, but I always find myself going back to franchise because like you can go through like 3 seasons in an afternoon kind of thing. Like if you're just simming through it and like doing like trade deadline and drafting and everything like that. So
Mhm.
I've been having more fun with franchise, but I think if you're just getting into the game, go for be a pro so you can just have fun controlling one person. But if you've done it for a while, I would go to franchise. So that's just me personally.
Cool. All right. Well, let's get into the game against the Stars here and break this down as much as we feel like. There's lots of good things and lots of bad things, but we'll see where the conversation goes here. So, Stars win the first game here, 3-2.
Go
Obviously,
figure.
as we talked about last time, yeah, right. We do have a chance for redemption on Thursday evening, but yeah, they take the first one to, like Nate said, to nobody's surprise here. Yeah, let's start with this first point that you have. Gibson feels like he's back because that was a stellar performance by him. He had some huge saves.
Yeah, it was. I had it written down like his other stats going on lately. Yeah, here we go. Um, and then oh my goodness, I have like it's like multiple tabs all here. So,
Oh yeah.
um, oh my goodness, what the hell is going on? Nope, that's the wrong game. There's 2 games against Dallas, so I clicked into the wrong one there. Yeah, Gibson. Looking at like just like the your traditional stats of save percentage and that sort of thing, it didn't look like as great a game. 29 saves on 32 shots, looking all right for a 906 save percentage. That's maybe below, but something I've been trying to keep an eye on because I feel like it gives a little bit of a better idea, maybe of if
Mm-hmm.
that's the goaltender's fault or if it's the defense is the expected goals against that, like right
Yeah.
that I've been going off. And so I wanted to take a look as well at Gibson's last 5 games because it seemed like things were kind of getting better, but I wanted to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely has. So in this game specifically, he had a .19 goal save above expected. So he's playing like right just right where you should be, pretty much. Like anything that should probably go in, is going in, but he's not letting in any bad ones or anything like that he should have, basically.
Yeah.
So it's not a bad thing to be relatively even. That's not a bad thing. Like basically, if you're going over that, you're overachieving. You're like doing amazing. So which John Gibson has done in the past, and he'll do it again. So yeah, in his last 5. So we'll go back. So the 5th farthest back game was against the Rangers. That was the 4-3 overtime loss, and he was a negative 1.5 expected for that one. So not great, but that was kind of the last that we had seen actually of the not so good falling down a cliff John Gibson, because then against Florida, like just a couple nights later, in a 3-0 loss. So the offense is doing nothing in that case. Remember, it was Spencer Knight's first shutout of his career.
Right.
John Gibson throws up a 1.29 goal save above expected. That's good. You want to see that. And
especially against like a team like the Florida Panthers, when you expect it to be a blowout.
Yeah. And then the next 3 games, he's just at the he's just doing solid. 6-3 loss against Nashville. He's at a 0.1 goal save above expected. So right where he should be. Against Chicago, a 4-2 loss where we did that watch along. Was a 0.24 goal save above expected. And then against Dallas, a 0.19 goal save above expected. None of those last 4 games have been in the negative. So he's looking on the up now, which is great to see, right? Like we've wanted that. If we could have had these numbers earlier from John Gibson, with hopefully like how the team was playing better at the time, and it's tapered off now too, we could have maybe still been looking at a playoff position, but at least we're seeing improvement again, where we saw just like a drop pretty much.
Yeah. I would also rather him kind of drop off. Like if this is only like a one-time thing for his career, I'd rather him just shit the bed in a season where our expectations weren't really to make the playoffs than say a couple of years down the road where playoffs are the expectation and John Gibson ends up being the weakest link. Like I don't want that. So he picked a fine season to have
drop off a little
few
bit.
weeks in.
Yeah. But yeah, Gibson's looking better. Honestly, like I wanted to take a look at the numbers as well, because I was watching that game and even just like watching the recap of it again today, I was like, I feel like there's not really any of these that he can really put on him. And I'm glad the numbers at least support the eye test, right? So, and that's what you want, right? Like both things to show that your thought process is correct, right? Or both leading to the same thing of, oh, this player is good, this player is not so good. So I was very glad to see that, and just to show that yes, we are coming back up on John Gibson, his ability and what we know he can do on the ice. So
yeah, I would love to see a shot map for this one as well. I've gotten kind of used to that. So if you don't have one up, I'll give you some time to pull it up here. But
come on, of course I got the shot map up.
Okay.
What do you think this is? Amateur hour? Come on.
Maybe. I don't know.
The shot map here. All right, give me 2 seconds. Boom.
Yeah, because like he had some huge saves. So I'd love. Oh yeah, Dallas Stars scoring chances. Look at those massive circles, like point blank range.
Yeah, and that's
goals.
Yeah, that's unfortunately the a little bit on the defense there for sure, right? Because everything is so concentrated in the slot there. That's not what you want to be seeing. But from the goaltender's perspective, seeing all of those and knowing that you only gave up 3 and none of them are really your fault, which we'll get into as well, because I got more gripes with the defense just specifically on this game. That's what you want to see. I'm going to go with a bit more. Do you want me to end on a positive or go with the positives now?
Yeah, end on a positive.
Okay, sounds good. So we'll be coming back to this shot map. And again, if you're just listening to us as well, thank you very much for doing that. But also, if you're watching, you get to see all this glorious stuff that I like to pull up and that sort of thing too. So be sure to check us out on YouTube, like and subscribe to that, or Twitch, or wherever. Yeah.
Yeah, I see the chat rolling as well.
Up.
So I've been starring some comments here as well. So this is a great place to interact there. But,
yeah, absolutely. So.
Yeah.
So I'll bring that shot map up later for the positives. So
yeah, for sure. Just before you get into some negatives here, Marcus is asking how many
Sure.
years is left on Gibson. Thankfully, it's a lot. We have him signed till the end of the 26-27 season.
Oh, good. You got it up.
So after this season, we've got him for 5 more years at $6.4 million, which for a starting goalie is
Fantastic.
It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Modified no trade clause kicked in this year as well. Submits a 10-team no trade list. So,
which makes sense.
Yeah, exactly.
And
so
it's deserved, I think, for a goaltender like him, with like how quickly he was able to come into the league and perform. So, yeah, I got no issue with that personally. So,
yeah. And then just to wrap this up as well, Allie said that she watched along with Starcastic Remarks, who did a watch along.
Yes,
they obviously
did,
do the Stars podcast on the Hockey Podcast Network, and every other comment was just "OMG Gibby, what a save, Gibson! I love that, man." Yeah, people don't realize.
It was John Gibson. John Gibson was back for that game for sure. So there was a lot of chances, as we saw in that shot.
It was
noticeable.
noticeable.
There were a lot of point blank chances that it was noticeable. You nailed it there. So
yeah, it's like. And like people don't realize like how good Gibson is, because I feel like he's just quietly good. Like he doesn't always make the
and he's in a
saves
small
that
market.
Make the highlight reel, and
he's in a small market. Yeah,
exactly. But then people actually watch a game against the Ducks and they're like, "Oh my God, Gibson is actually really good."
Yeah, exactly.
I see Lawrence chiming in here as well.
Lauren.
Welcome to the chat. Good to see you. We got a whole bunch of the regulars in today, which is awesome.
It makes me so happy.
Yeah. Okay.
Be sure to stick around though, because we'll do the announcement after the game talk. All right. I'll say that now. Announcements after the game talk, so stick around.
Mm-hmm. You had some negatives you wanted to get on here, because there's quite a few in this game, I think.
Yeah. So okay, I'm gonna start with a little bit more simple one that I think everybody was kind of looking at first when the lineup dropped yesterday. Sonny Milano is back. That's fantastic. Right? But he's not on the line with Zegras. Dallas Eakins is blind, apparently, to the first, half of the season? Where, Trevor Zegras and Sonny Milano are like give me another, hot pairing. McDavid and Draisaitl.
Pasternak and Bergeron.
Exactly, right?
McKinnon and Rantanen.
Yeah, you got these duos that you just had to find that third piece, and it works great, right? That was Zegras and Milano for the longest time. And I've also really liked Zegras and Terry together. That's been a deadly duo as well. Now, imagine if you combined both of those, and it's still only 3 people, right? You have Zegras anchoring between Milano and Terry. That's great. That sounds awesome. I want to fucking see that. Please let Ducks fans see that. You will get results. Instead, we throw Derek Grant back on that line, which, yes, okay, the guy got a goal. The dude's just literally throwing it to the slot, though, to Terry, who's already covered.
Yeah. It was a pretty lucky goal.
And it goes off the defenseman. Dude got lucky, all right? The dude got lucky. Which, yes, you need to be good to be lucky, yada, yada, yada. The dude got lucky, all right? Any other chance, he's not scoring that. And I was kind of laughing, too, because on Terry's goal, it's him and Grant, right? And it's a 2-on-2. Like, it's like both guys are covered. But instead of passing to Grant, who is not really making himself available whatsoever, Terry decides to pull in and take a beautiful snapshot. And instead of passing to Grant, that is the right play 100% of the time. 100% until Derek Grant can show me that he's a bit more reliable and actually putting the puck in the net.
Yeah, that was a perfect shot too. Like, just between the pad and the glove. And even if Ottinger does get a piece of that with his pad, like it's going right to Grant. So like at least the option is there. So Terry basically made a pass that. Well, it wasn't even a pass. He took a shot that was kind of also a pass, but it just happened to go in, I think. Yeah. That's what it looked like anyways. But it was gorgeous.
Yeah, I'm seeing this comment here from Ali. Saw a meme that said Sider's got to thank Eakins personally when he wins the Calder. Yeah, pretty much. Because, like, Trevor Zegras is still in one of the top point totals. I saw it earlier today. I think it's like 49 points or whatever. He's tied for second in points in rookie scoring with Lucas Raymond. The only person who's ahead is Michael Bunting, who's got 5 years on Zegras, 6 years on Raymond, and is only as 2 points higher. So that's not me saying, oh, okay, the rookie of the year thing should only be to, for like 20-year-old. I'm not going with that. I'm just saying it's mainly the point thing I'm talking about here. It's a 2-point difference. Zegras is right at the top. But now imagine if Zegras had capable people who could take his amazingly great, ridiculous passes and actually put them in the net. Where do you think that point total would be? Right?
Oh, it would be insane. Yeah.
So, and I get the whole thing isn't about personal accolades, right? Those are an extra, right? They're a secondary award to what everybody wants, which is the team success and a Stanley Cup. I get that. But obviously, a Calder, you only have one chance to win it. It would be nice when in Trevor Zegras' case, right? That's a kid who knows what he's capable of, right? And I'm sure it's eating away at him just a little bit that there's a bit of skepticism on who may actually win that award.
Yeah. And everybody says I just want to see the team succeed. Like, I don't really pay attention to where I am in goals or points or if I'm in the Calder race or the Norris race or whatever.
But imagine just the respect
but everybody
on a
does
Calder
care about
winner
that,
in
right?
Anaheim right now.
Yeah.
Right. Just there's automatic respect to the team that comes in with that, I feel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah. And with Zegras' ambition too, he wants that. And especially when the team isn't doing, fantastically over the season, you kind of start to look towards okay, well, this season sucked. We're obviously not going to make the playoffs and obviously won't win the cup, but maybe the solace in that is winning one of those individual awards, whether it's say a Selke or a Norris for Drysdale or a Calder for Zegras or whatever. So one thing I will say though is, even though Milano wasn't on that line with Zegras and Terry, I thought he was fantastic with Getzlaf and Mayhew. That was actually a really good line.
Oh yeah, he still looked good. So don't get me wrong, it wasn't because Derek Grant was there, everything sucked. So no, there were you're right. Milano did look good there. I would just prefer him with the entire, we can call it the bread and butter line, right?
Yeah.
I think you could almost call it that, because it's you have Zegras who could pass to anybody, but could also shoot it if he wants. And you have Milano who it's maybe not quite to the same level as the Sedins or that sort of thing, but those two just know where each other are.
Yeah.
Right.
They
just kind of have that telepathic communication. Yeah. And that chemistry. And then Troy Terry, with amazing passes like that, can easily put the puck in the net.
Yeah.
Right.
Milano also plays a very similar game to Grant in that he goes to the front of the net and just creates chaos and looks for tips.
He's just more capable.
Yeah, exactly.
Really what it is.
Yeah.
So.
And he's got better hair. So
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But
they did bring up on the broadcast though, I think a very, very good reason why Grant is on that line, and it's as the secondary face-off guy, because which is especially important for this game, and really maybe after this. I mean, he got a goal, so I don't see him getting taken off that line. But the Dallas Stars are where did it go? I saw that this morning. They're second in the league in face-off win percentage at 54.5%. So obviously, you got to have a stellar face-off guy, and credit to Derek Grant, he does that very well. He's very good at winning face-offs. So he was kind of that secondary guy. If Zegras got kicked out, and I think Grant also took the majority of the defensive zone draws, in that game as well. So just to at least give us a chance as well.
Sorry, Derek Grant went 25% last night.
I'm not saying he did well last night, but generally he does well. It was against the Stars.
Oh man, sorry. Yeah, that got me good there. So yeah, I guess there
Yeah.
was really only two guys. I don't even know how many Carrick took, but yeah, really
Mhm.
there's only two guys that were above 50% last night. Like
Yeah.
I know I'm kind of laughing um at the Derek Grant thing, but Trevor Zegras also went 25% on the faceoff. Yeah, Carrick had 50%. I don't even remember how many draws he actually took, and Getzlaff at 60%. So
Which that one makes sense too. But I don't know.
yeah,
I like if so like I get the decision there, but we're done with Grant and Zegras and Terry being together.
I mean, I'm done. You're done. The entire rest of the fan base is done, and I'm sure the
Yeah.
players are themselves, like whether they really want to say it or not.
Hmm.
But man, Dallas Eakins isn't though,
No. Yeah.
and that's where it all comes back to is Dallas
Yeah.
Eakins and what he decides to do.
Yeah, exactly. I honestly though, I really liked that Milano, Getzlaff, and Mayhew line, and
Yeah.
I would hate to break that up. So
So
at
find
this
somebody
point,
better
it's
than Grant that still has like
anybody,
good chemistry. Yeah.
anybody else. I didn't mind. I don't mind Carrick there. I thought he was great. Like when he filled in on the power
I'll
play.
take Carrick. Yeah.
So put Carrick there to play with
Yeah.
Zegras. He plays similar to Grant and Milano, where he gets to the dirty areas. Nobody's gonna touch Zegras or Terry. Everyone's gonna
No.
be terrified to hit them because
Yeah.
Carrick is terrifying. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's way better options. So
Yeah. Yeah. To go to my last kind of negative here, I guess.
mhm.
And this is literally being a dead horse at this point, but defensive like lack of awareness cost this team again. Everything like
Yeah.
I went through the highlight package again. Everything is lack of awareness on defense.
Oh,
The
yeah.
first goal, nobody is back checking on a horrible turnover. I don't even remember who did the turnover, but nobody is back checking. Nobody.
No.
To leave Fasca wide open coming down the middle. Easy tapping.
Yeah. And Faxa had
yeah.
I think I saw like 4 goals on the year. So like not even a
Yeah.
goal scorer. And you let him just walk in and pull that shit.
Yeah.
But like I remember
but-
the two guys because I watched that goal a couple times. And it was Shattenkirk and Zegras. And you just see them coast from the blue line right to the faceoff dots, and that was it.
Yeah.
Not even a thought. They watched Faxa score that goal the whole way.
Yeah.
The only player that was there was Blessing.
Excuse me.
The only player that was even there was Vax, who had a phenomenal game.
Yeah.
But he was covering the guy that was carrying the puck into the zone, not the trailer
Mm-hmm.
in Faxa. And he was trying to prevent the pass all by him. He was trying to stop this goal, which was essentially a 2-on-1 all by himself.
Oh, yeah. And then you go to the second goal where it's off the draw. You have two of our guys, like we're in the defensive end. Two of our guys go below the goal line. I've talked about it multiple times on the show. I fucking hate that. If there's a second guy from their team, sure, then go down because that makes sense. Instead, you're leaving somebody else open. And so, okay, so first off, you have two guys on one guy down below the goal line. That's a bad start already. And we're coming back to a name that we've already talked about tonight in Derek Grant, who's chilling on the goal line, right behind them pretty much. Just chilling there. Carter, just throwing a hypothetical out there.
Mm-hmm.
Would you leave Rupe Hintz wide open in the slot? Does that sound
not
like
by
a
choice,
good idea?
no.
Does that sound like
No.
a good idea? No?
It sounds like an awful idea.
Oh, that's what Derek Grant decided to do because he looked right at him, turned, and went over to where he was then stationed as the puck went past him, and Rupe Hintz is wide open in the slot for a goal.
Yeah. I literally don't even understand that thought process. Like,
Yeah,
that,
I don't either.
Is that something that's being taught in practice? Like, leave these
I
guys
hope
open in the
not.
slot?
I
Like,
hope not.
because
But it seems
yeah,
like it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as somebody who never played like high level hockey, like I just barely made it over as you talked about, I think on the last episode, Timbits hockey, where just this group,
You played
this
farther than
horde
that,
of
but
children.
yeah, okay, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, like I played just above that level where like you had your set positions and there was like a little bit of defensive responsibility, but like not a ton.
Not too much, yeah.
So, but even I know like, oh, there's a guy sitting right in front of the net. Let's maybe make his life a little bit more difficult. So
Let's
if
just
the
get a
puck
little
comes to
bit
him,
closer to him. Yeah.
if the puck comes to him, I can do something about it, you know?
Yeah.
Or I just go skate towards him and he's like, oh, well, now I'm covered. I'm going to go to a less ideal place to shoot.
Yeah,
from.
I got to move a bit.
Like, I just don't, I don't get it.
No.
I mean,
Yeah.
like I know that Dallas Eakins is a coach for a reason, but like, holy shit, there's some things
At this
you gotta
point, it's because
crack
they
down
need
on.
someone to keep that spot warm on the back bench. That's it
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
And then you want to talk about the third goal as well. Not quite the same thing about coverage, but Schuster is not the guy who should be pinching, let alone pinching as hard as he did in the offensive end.
Yeah, that was bad.
Which caused a 2-on-1, which that was, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to double check here. That was 5-on-5.
Yes,
that was 5-on-5. Schuster pinches. Why is Trevor Zegras the dude that's back checking? A 2-on-1. Zegras, the centerman, is back checking a 2-on-1 in that case.
As soon as I saw that,
Schuster
I
pinches
love
and then
Zegras,
goes
but-
for a Sunday stroll back.
Yeah.
Dude, that's on you. Get the fuck back there.
Yeah, if you're not going to be part of that play, you better be hauling ass to get back. Because bless Zegras, but he's not a Selke candidate this season. Maybe one day. But like, so
one day, but yeah, it's not yet. Not yet.
No, like I knew that was going in as soon as that developed, because a 2-on-1 with Zegras back, and he wasn't even like really covering for Schuster. Like Schuster pinched, and Zegras was like, "That's a bad idea. I better get back."
Yeah, exactly.
And then it looked like a 3-on-0, really, because Zegras was
when the rookie
skating
knows it's
full
a bad
tilt
idea,
forward.
maybe you shouldn't have fucked it up that much.
Yeah, Zegras was full tilt forward, trying to like stay in the play, like, and not in a decent enough position to try and stop that 2-on-1. So it's not his fault, but like, man, so bad. Like these weren't even nice plays by the Stars that led to these goals. It was just
they were simple
defensive collapses.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna spin it back to the positive to end it off. Unless you have anything else that you want to say.
No, that's good.
Okay. So I already talked about the goals, which I guess was kind of like half of it, but I'm going to bring the shot map back up. All right. There is a heavy concentration here of like at the hash marks below and like in between the face-off dots. This is better. I'm happy to see this. We had great chances. Jake Ottinger had a great game.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
but
credit
looking
him
at the
as well.
shot,
Like we were great offensively.
Yeah, looking at the shot map. Jake Ottinger had what was his stats here? I had it for a second here. 26 saves on 28 shots for a 929 save percentage. So close to that 940 that I talked about, but there's still one more game we can get to there.
Yeah.
But yeah, he had a great game, but the concentration of the shots here that you're seeing, that's what everybody wants to see. If there's any way to improve it, you look like Dallas just on the left there. But otherwise, that's better. The offense put in effort. There's not a whole lot really coming from the back end, which is kind of surprising, to be honest with you. But I guess we have lost a few of our more offensive-minded defensemen, and Lindholm, maybe even Manson, if you want to throw that in there too.
He was good for taking shots from the point, like through traffic. So,
just to generate chaos kind of thing and go for rebound goals. But at least from the forward group and the offensive end, that looks better than what we have seen for the last while here. So
absolutely. And I thought for the first two periods, we were the better offensive team as well. We were up 2-1. We had, I thought, maybe a slight majority of the better scoring chances. So we just kind of fell apart in the third, both offensively and defensively, I thought. And that's what really cost us the game. And I don't even know if it's necessarily falling apart offensively. I think that the Stars just turned it up to 11, honestly.
Yeah.
Like there was just not a lot of opportunity for us to generate more offense. So and that's what we can kind of expect down the stretch from all these teams making a playoff push. So
Yep.
Yeah. We have a couple comments I wanted to bring up just from
Yeah.
throughout that discussion here. Marcus says that he hopes the Ducks target one of Reeves, Clifford, maybe Wilson, some big bad bully type, basically to replace Delorier, and Manson as
Okay.
well. I definitely think we need a little bit
Yeah.
more of that.
Yeah.
I don't
Manson
know
was
if
a
we
hitter.
necessarily need to go for one of those bigger guy like big guys, but we're definitely losing that, and I think just generating chaos in front of the net, winning puck battles in either zone. Like we're just not doing that. So I do agree there.
Yeah. I like the idea, man. I like the idea of Ryan Reeves. He's not somebody that you're
Mhm.
bringing in for offense by any means,
Obviously not. No.
but neither did you bring in Nick Delorier for offense. Is that not a horrible cap hit either at 175?
That's decent. Yeah.
So yeah, New York did just actually. Sorry, I thought they just signed him. No, they had just traded for him. He's actually a UFA this coming summer.
Oh, even better. Yeah, if we could
Yeah,
get him for
I feel like for
yeah.
Reeves though, there would be a bit of a bidding battle for him just because of what he can bring.
Mhm. And it entirely depends on how far the Rangers go as well, which
Yeah,
I
he is
I
also
expect them to go a ways, and he's going to be a big part of that. So
35. I didn't
okay,
realize that actually. I thought the
yeah,
guy was maybe in his early 30s. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
me too. Hmm.
So, but yeah, money wise, at least Ryan Reeves doesn't look like too bad of an option. You could probably get him for something similar, maybe get up to 2. But again, I think that might be a bit of a bidding battle there. So,
Yeah, I
um,
think that there's other similar options that we could maybe get for less. So
yeah, exactly. But
the other one that I wanted to bring up here was from Lauren, just saying John
yeah,
Gibson deserves better, Trevor Zegras deserves better, Terry deserves better, and Ryan Getzlaff deserves another ring before he
yeah.
retires.
Milano
100%.
deserves better. Silverberg, honestly, even deserves better. Henrique deserves better. The entire team, really, at this point, like who's there, deserves better. So,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah, honestly.
Yeah, that's
But
it. So yeah, that's some of the points that I saw in the chat that I wanted to bring up here. Don't know if you had any that you wanted to bring up, but
I'm gonna throw up. There was one here that I saw. Um, where did it go? Where did it go? Oh yeah, Marcus just is kind of a side thing, just of like back to the franchise thing. Marcus asking what team he should do. I would go with Arizona because you can just tear it down. Or if you want something that has a good base already, I think go for Anaheim, honestly. So,
nice.
but yeah, we'll just answer it with that. So
Yeah, two good choices. Really quickly about this game, I kind of alluded to it earlier, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on it.
yeah,
I'm just going to call him Vax because that's what they called him on the broadcast. Because otherwise, I'm going to butcher his name. But
Vaakanainen, yep,
yeah, I thought he had a solid game. Like
yeah,
he
I thought he
wasn't
looked
super
good.
noticeable, which is what you want from a defenseman. But when he was noticeable, it was, oh shit, that was a good play. He had a good rush where he almost scored a goal. He had some good defensive shutdowns. His effort was there. So, like I think I brought it up on the first goal. Like he was trying to defend properly, but was getting absolutely no support from Zegras and Shattenkirk there. But I thought
Mhm.
he had a solid game. And if we see more of this down the stretch, I hope that he stays with us and plays most of the next year because that was awesome, an awesome game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just trying to pull up a bit more of his stats here as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, the guy had one hit, but he had like almost 19 minutes of ice time. 18:47 there is
oh
what it
wow,
looked like. Yeah, you're right. He just looked solid out there, and he even got a shot in there too. Yeah,
yeah,
he just overall he looked solid. Yeah, is a guy that it is only one game, right?
mhm.
We gotta look at a few more games. There's a pretty small sample size, but
Yeah,
from the little bit that I've seen, along with like the bit that I had heard about him before, yeah, this could be potentially a good solid like bottom 4 guy at least for us, which
mhm.
that's what we need to fill back out again. So yeah,
Yeah,
I liked his performance in this game. So
yeah,
I'm glad
exactly.
you brought that up because I forgot to actually throw it in there. So
Mhm. He's also 23 years old, and
Perfect. Young guy.
I'm
It's
just looking
exactly
to see
what
if he's a
Verbeek's wanting.
yeah. I just want to see which kind of free agent he is. Yeah, okay, he is an RFA. I just wanted to double
Perfect.
check there. Next season. So, and I don't expect he would get a whole lot of money. I think he's a pretty reasonable to sign him for a few years, 2-3 years, probably max $1 million, I would say, and that is all you need. He would take that. That works for us. I think that's, yeah, I think that would be awesome to sign him to something like that. But
Yeah, I was trying to pull up his stats from before Anaheim here because I know he hasn't played a whole lot.
no, he only
Yeah,
has like
32
60 some
games.
games. Oh, 32. That's even less than I
32.
thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
This season has 16 though, so he's literally doubled it.
Yeah.
And yeah, like that's 16 games this season compared to 2, 5, and 9 in the previous 3 with Boston. So he
Yeah.
definitely has a lot more of a chance here, that's for sure. So yeah,
Oh,
at
absolutely.
first when you were talking like only like a 2 or 3 year deal, I was like, you could try to go for a little bit longer, but you know what? I actually don't mind that as a kind of show me contract. If he shows it, then give him the money. I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can't see him. I can't see why we would sign him to more than that. Like anything longer than that seems excessively risky, even if it is like a lower
Yeah.
cap hit. Like if he doesn't pan out, you don't want $1 million basically just sunk for 5-6 years. So
Yeah.
but I just wanted to bring that up as well. But yeah, anything else you want to say here about this game, or that we maybe forgot to add in? Or
Yeah, I got nothing else for this game. It was relatively good. Just again, the really the end of it, defensive lack of awareness is what cost us. But the rest of the game, I thought was good. The offense had good chances. You said Jake Ottinger on the other side, but again, we only lost by 1. John Gibson was steady to say the least, and yeah, so this is the best game I've seen out of the Ducks. Honestly, maybe the Rangers game, I guess you could throw in there.
yeah, that was a decent game.
But other than that, I'd honestly say since the All-Star break, like since before that, this is the best game I've seen. So I wasn't
easily.
like pulling my hair every 5 minutes, basically. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So.
And as the title of this episode alludes to, this is unfortunately the 10th game of a 10-game losing streak.
Yeah.
So
we're 2
good,
games away from tying the franchise record losing streak that was set in the 18-19 season. So, I mean, that's not a record you want to break.
No.
But yeah. I don't really know actually what to follow that up with. I was like,
I don't know.
I started down this and I'm like, I have no end for it actually.
I have no.
You don't
no
want
conclusion.
to.
That doesn't end in
break
sadness.
That record. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to break that record. So.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We've got 3 games before our next episode, so hopefully at least one of them is a win. We'll get to that a little bit later on here, but first we're going to take a quick break with our friends over at Draftkings, but don't go anywhere because we've got an announcement coming
right after.
Nate is so ready.
I'm
so
excited. I've been working on this for months. I'm so excited for this.
So yeah, we're going to have a well, stay tuned. In just under a minute here, we'll have some very exciting news to share. But first, a message from our friends over at Draftkings.
The NHL season has been packed with dirty dangles, hat tricks, and big wins. As the action rolls on, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, has your shot to win big too. New customers can bet just $1 on any team and get $150 in free bets if they win. That's right. A bump in the win column for your team means free bets for you. If Sportsbook isn't available in your state yet, you still have a shot to light the lamp. Everyone can play for huge cash prizes with DraftKings Daily Fantasy Hockey Contests. DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at millions of dollars in total prizes with their first deposit. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now, use the promo code THPN, bet just $1 on any NHL team, and get $150 in free bets if that team wins. Again, That's promo code THPN, as in the Hockey Podcast Network, at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Must be 21 years of age or older. Restrictions apply. See content description or DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details.
So we've been teasing for quite a while that we got merch coming. And then a couple episodes I said, look out for this week for merch stuff. And then I said, oh, okay, tune in on Wednesday, especially for the live show, if you want to be like the first to know when it's going to happen. And I'm happy to announce that if you would like Quack Report merch, you can actually buy it right this very second. If you're watching on the screen, there's a website there. If you go to that website, you can buy Quack Report merch. And also, if you're watching live, I just sent the link as well to the chats, so you guys can just copy and paste that. And you know what? I'll even show you, if you're watching YouTube, what this site looks like here. It's great. I think it's great personally. I'm trying
awesome.
not to be too biased or that sort of thing. But we got quite a bit of stuff here, not gonna lie. So here's your beautiful homepage. We got a few things up here. You got some t-shirts, there's some tanks, there's a long sleeve in there, but there's this little button that says see more. And if you open that, you get sent to the majority of the products. It says all products, but it's the majority of it. And we got long sleeves, we got vintage sports t-shirts, we got tie-dye t-shirts as well, both in black and orange.
Oh, show the orange one. It's so gorgeous. I love
the orange one.
Tie-dye.
Yeah, there's a beautiful orange tie-dye shirt there. I absolutely love that one. I can't wait to get my hands on one of those at some point. We already ordered a bunch of stuff that we have coming in, and that one will get added to the closet eventually. For any of you tall people out there as well, we got tall shirts in there for you too. We got polo shirts so you can look dapper as fuck on the golf course or at your next big function. We got hoodies, and then we get into the different collections as well. So we have the mainline collection, which is, our logo pretty much pasted on everything. We also have, we'll go into this one here first. We have the TQR hockey locker room collection. So we based the design off of, like the locker room stuff that the NHL players get. And so you can feel like you're part of the hockey team called Quack Report. And yeah, I don't know. I think these look great. So for that, there's t-shirts, there's a long sleeve like hoodie shirt as well, which I'm gonna get my hands on eventually. There's just a normal hoodie as well. We got here. So we all love the Ducks win song Sweetness. So we got a Play Sweetness t-shirt and long sleeve that you can get as well. And last but not least, we have Carter's new segment. We have the Big D Energy Collection, which this is by far one of my favorite looks, at least, that we have on the shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, and all of these as well, come with the Quack Report logo on them. So yeah, t-shirts, long sleeves, hoodies. We got sweaters as well, like crew necks. And then, here, so this is just like the main, like shirts, like wear on your torso kind of stuff. Let's get into the accessories here, because we have any kind of hat almost that you can think of. We got snapbacks, we got just baseball caps, we got trucker hats, we even got fucking bucket hats. And that was a little bit of a tease if you had voted in the poll the other night. I think it was last night, of like, there's like, I'm excited. I want something, like I want this. And then I put the last one is I want a bucket hat. So that's a little tease for everybody. We got bucket hats, you got stickers, we got mugs, we got water bottles even. So we have a lot of stuff available right off the start. We wanted to make this, like as many different things as possible to cater to whatever you're looking for, that sort of thing.
A little bit of something for everybody. Yeah.
And there will be more designs added in the future as well. This isn't going to just be it. We're going to keep doing stuff. You know me, I like to get creative. So I like to throw in stuff there. I already have ideas for like 3 other collections, basically. So, and the best part as well is if you're watching right now, you already have access to the website. You can just go to it, which for anybody who's listening, tqrshop.myspreadshop.com. Again, that's tqrshop.myspreadshop.com. Or you can also go to, I haven't done it just this second, but I will once the episode's done. You can go to our link in the bio of our Twitter and our Instagram, and you can access the shop through there as well. And yeah, so we'll be adding more stuff. But right now, until I think it's next Thursday, so you have about a week to do this, a little bit more than that. It says 9 days. You can get 15% off as well, is what we're starting with. We want everybody to get their hands on this stuff that we are so proud of announcing and having available to everybody here. So you can enjoy 15% off of your order if you order in this next week. Again, that's tqrshop.myspreadshop.com for some awesome looking stuff. I am super
I'm very
excited and happy about this.
Yeah, I'm so excited for our stuff to come in the mail. Like,
I
basically
can't wait to wear it.
I have a different piece of merch basically for like every day next week, and I'm gonna probably rock it every day. So
I think I do too. Even like we bought we got a lot, like for ourselves, we bought a shit ton. So
yeah, Marcus is loving it. The t-shirts says as soon as he gets paid, he's gonna get some of those shirts. So that's awesome. We love it. And
if you guys order anything as well, like let us know that you did show off what you bought and that sort of thing. Because like we want to see it on people as well. So
yeah, exactly. Like we're still waiting for our order to come, so we haven't actually like seen any of this stuff in person yet. So we want to like see like just how good it looks on you guys as well. So and obviously we couldn't get our hands on everything yet. So I want to see the bucket hat, because I was this close to getting the bucket hat, and I was like, no.
I thought about it just for fun, like just for out the lake or something like that. But
yeah, come the summer, I'll probably pull the trigger on that. But if someone gets a bucket hat, I need to see it.
Yeah, and that's kind of the cool thing too, is like some of you could have some of this stuff actually before we even get it. So one more time, that's tqrshop.myspreadshop.com. And for the next week, the opening week, you can get 15% off of your order.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's so
dude,
exciting.
I've been building this up for like the last like 2 months or something like that. Like basically since Christmas, I think is when I started working on this. Is that right?
About that. Yeah. I think it was just before
so
Christmas.
I am super excited to have this like all ready and everything like that. So
okay, let's transition off of that high there into into some news here. So Luke Dostal sent back down with Stellaris being
you really went
fully healthy
that
again,
far off, eh?
Yeah. I mean, he was fantastic in the start that he had. I hope that we see more from him. If not, like I hope that he does well down in San Diego. There's probably I mean, as we talked about on our last episode, they're still fighting to hold on to that 6th spot in their division. So Lucas Dostal is very important to that team. So it's possible that he spends a good chunk of time down there. But at the same time, I'd like to see him in the NHL for a few more games as well. So we'll see about that. But
yeah. So okay, so I took a little bit more of a dive. The AHL actually has a playoff primer that they update each day to just kind of clarify everything. It shows the next 7 days of games for each team in the league, shows their point percentage, what team is in a playoff position and everything like that. Which, here, actually, you know what? Just if you're watching, I'll show it to you even here, just because we can, just because we have the technology. Might be a little bit small, but I'll zoom into it here a little bit. But yeah, so San Diego is currently holding on to the 6th spot. 7 teams in the Pacific Division will make the Calder Cup playoffs. So yeah, San Diego currently sitting 26-2-1 on the season for 55 points. Henderson is sitting just behind us with 54 points, and then it's a jump from us to Abbotsford. the Vancouver Canucks affiliate there, with 65 points. So
Okay.
yeah, basically just trying to hold on to that 6th spot there, it looks like. So
Yeah, I didn't know that it was the top 7. I thought it was the top 6, but
yeah, so it's the top 7 for the Pacific Division because that division has the most teams. The Atlantic has 8, and then the North and Central divisions have 7 teams.
okay. We
So it's
probably
the- it's
talked
the
about that on
bottom-
the last episode.
I
And
think we
just
kind of did,
didn't-
but I dug into it a little bit more.
Okay.
So yeah, it's the bottom 2 teams in every division don't make it. So
Gotcha.
8 teams won't make it out of the 31 that there is currently.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So, yeah, I mean, it looks like they're in a playoff. Well, they are in a playoff position, and they
Yeah.
likely will. But
So that's why I was
they're
kind of
so far down in
wondering-
points percentage compared to some of the other teams that it's going to be. Excuse me. It's going to be tough to go
to
too
climb
far,
up.
but-
Yeah. But yeah, I like honestly, first thing I looked at this, and then the news of Dostal getting sent down was okay. I would rather see him in the NHL, but if he's going to get a shit ton more games in the AHL and go potentially on a playoff run here, because
Mhm.
remember, all you need to do is get in, and anything is possible, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I would honestly rather him be there if it means a lot more ice time and the potential of a championship. So
Yeah,
then bring
like-
him up
Yeah.
next year or
Mhm.
whatever. So
Yeah, like obviously, like basically full-time NHL starts is kind of the ideal situation for Dostal because I think he's at that point. But if that's not possible, because like you're not going to send Gibson to the press box, like it's just not going to happen. And like he's not going to be your backup goalie for the next. I don't know, what do we have? 15 or so games left. So
something like that.
So Dostal's not going to get those starting numbers unless Gibson gets injured. So knock on wood.
Yeah, what exactly?
So like the next best option is full time in the AHL because him just sitting on the bench or in the press box with the Ducks is the least ideal option.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it just kind of makes sense, and hopefully we'll see more of him next year. But
Yeah, hopefully.
some other news here: Ducks signed draft pick Josh Lapina to an entry level contract. He was the 4th round pick, 98th overall in 2021, and signed a 3-year ELC, which will start next year. Lapina is also expected to sign an amateur tryout with San Diego to be able to play in the playoffs with them, since UMass, his NCAA team, has been eliminated from the playoffs there. So.
Yeah, UMass was unfortunately knocked out of the first round after winning the NCAA championship last year, which Lapina was part of. So he has one of those championships under his belt. Lapina with 50 points in 56 career games with UMass between 2020 and 2022. Just solid defenseman, or not defenseman, sorry, centerman of the middle there. And and just doesn't matter really where you're selected in the draft, right? It's kind of like the playoffs. As long as you get selected, anything could be possible. So
yeah, exactly.
Because I forget who it was, but Middleton, who's got traded last week, I guess, from San Jose to Minnesota. He was the very last pick in whatever his draft year was. I forget what it was. But now he's getting traded for like a solid young goaltender, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you never know.
To a playoff contending team, like a team that is going all in this year.
A playoff contender looked at him and said, we could use that in our run.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So just because the guy's in the 4th round doesn't mean that nothing's ever going to happen with him. So you never know, right?
Yeah.
So who knows? You never know. We may have just locked up our center depth for the next 5-6 years, right? If you wanted to go like Terry, Lundestrom, Zegras, and Lapina, you never know. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's all we have for news, I guess. How are we doing for time? Okay, sweet. I actually forgot to bring this up earlier, but I did actually have a big dick energy move for this week.
Oh, thank fuck. I was worried. I was like, what? We don't got one?
No, we do. Don't worry. And sorry, I just had to pull it up here. Okay. So the big dick or duck, because it's we're not sure what it is.
I'm
Oh,
not sure. Here, hold on. I'm gonna bring up the T-shirt for this too.
okay.
Just so we have it up.
Oh, my screen share is not working. Just give me a second.
Oh
But while you bring up the T-shirt, you know what? It might not be happening. We'll have to see. Oh no, there we go. We're good. This is my big dick energy move. It's releasing a big dick
the
energy
T-shirt itself. Oh, I'm glad I didn't bring it up.
Yeah, it's a meta BDE.
It's a meta
move.
joke.
So
yeah.
this shirt
I like
here
it.
is a big dick energy move.
It's a what, Carter?
A big dick energy move.
One more time, because I don't think the people understand it.
A big dick energy move.
Hell yeah, it is. And because we played that 3 times, you should go pick up 3 of those shirts.
Yeah.
Just because.
Why not? It's 15% off. That's like,
Why not? Yeah.
yeah, that's basically like getting 1 for free. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the math of that off the top of my head, but we'll go with it. Sure.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. You know what? I don't care. I'm not going to do math live on air. just pick up 3.
Yeah.
Let's get into some upcoming games here. First one is we had kind of talked about it on our last episode. Thursday against Dallas at home again, 7 p.m. Pacific time. We had a comment here from Allie saying, "I wonder if Eakins is going to run Gibson into the ground again with this Thursday game, then again in Arizona." Lauren kind of agreeing here. That he's proven over and over he has no clue about anything. So, I mean, I doubt he gets both of these starts, but I mean, he'll probably get Thursday again, and because he had a solid game against Dallas before, and then he'll probably get Sunday. And depending on how good of a game he has, yeah, he might even get Friday. Who knows? It's very possible, like Allie and Lauren kind of said here. So, but yeah, I don't really have anything to say about the Dallas game, so we can go into the.
It's gonna be the same old. I'm just still looking for that 940.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake Ottinger did well. He'll go for it this time.
Yeah, you think we see him again? Oh yeah, because
I think we could. Yeah,
they said Holtby's injured, and I don't know who their fourth goalie is.
It's Scott Wedgwood.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
you could see him, but I feel like Ottinger's the guy to go for.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're fighting for a playoff spot, so they're putting their best goalie in any given night. So. Yeah. Okay, against the Arizona Coyotes on Friday, second half of a back-to-back there. That game will be in Arizona, 7:30 Pacific time. I mean, it may or may not be here in time, but it would be a great opportunity to pick up this shirt.
Yeah.
I think.
Get the Play Sweetness shirt because, oh no, we aren't even going to hear it because it's going to be in Arizona.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Oh, you know what? Get the Play Sweetness t-shirt and you can play it on the drive back if you're going to Arizona to watch the game. So,
or if you are at the game, then you can just blast Sweetness off your phone after.
Yeah, exactly.
After they win. Hopefully, knock on wood. If the Ducks lose this game, that's awful.
Yeah.
Especially because that would be the 12-game losing streak. So that would tie that record.
Oh God, yeah, that would. Yeah, Arizona is like the only hope it looks like in the schedule to break that.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been nice if it was San Jose a couple games ago, but no. Had to lose 4-1
because we can't have nice things. Yeah.
No, because we can't have nice things. Except for Play Sweetness t-shirts.
Yeah.
And Quack Report and Mainline t-shirts. And TQR Hockey Locker Room t-shirts. And hoodies. And whatever. And Big Quack Energy shirts. You can have those nice things. Again, at TQRshop.myspreadshop.com.
We should have a counter for how many times you can plug this in half an hour.
Yeah. We'll do it for next episode.
Yeah.
I'm going to be plugging this for the next week because, again, it's 15% off at tqrshop.myspreadshop.com.
Oh, man. This is like cringe, almost cringier than like the what's that movie with Jim Carrey that I'm blanking on the name right now. The one, you know which one I'm talking about?
The Mask?
No. The
Evan Almighty.
nope, the
No, I
other
don't
one.
think it's Jim Carrey. Batman Forever.
No, we're getting further. The one where he's like in the bubble and he's like the object of like a reality TV show, but he doesn't know it. Oh God, I can't believe I'm blanking on this name.
I haven't seen that movie. Okay,
You
that's a
haven't?
new one to me.
Jim. Oh God, this is gonna bother me. It's not. I don't even remember why it's
Sonic the
relevant now,
Hedgehog.
but- no, it's not Sonic the Hedgehog. Uh oh my gosh. What it's not even showing it up. Has this movie not happened?
Was it Kick-Ass 2?
It's not Kick-Ass 2. No. Oh, The Truman
Mr.
Show. There it is. That's
Oh, okay.
you haven't seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Is it Dumb
I
and
don't remember-
Dumber?
No, it's not Dumb and Dumber.
Is it Dumb and Dumber 2?
I
Oh, I said Evan Almighty earlier. It's Bruce Almighty. My bad.
yeah. I honestly don't even remember why that movie was relevant and what connection I was going to draw. So
Yeah, I forget too.
whatever, it doesn't matter.
I'm just
But
asking you, even though we've answered the question, I'm just asking you if it was this movie. Was it the Grinch? How the Grinch Stole Christmas?
Oh, I remember. No, okay. It was.
Was it Ace Ventura?
Because that movie has like a bunch of cringy product placements because it's like making fun of reality TV shows. And
Oh, gotcha.
so I was gonna say this is almost cringier than that, but not quite. That's right.
Is it
Last
Ace
upcoming.
Ventura When Nature Calls? Is
Oh,
it Me,
man.
Myself, and Irene? Is it Fun with Dick and Jane?
I'm
Is
gonna
it
leave
Yes
this
Man?
podcast if you name one more Jim Carrey movie.
I think I've named almost all of them already.
I think so.
There's a few.
We got
that I've
Raneal
left out,
joining
but-
us in the chat as well here.
Hey,
Welcome,
Raneal.
Raneal. Last upcoming game we have to talk about here is Sunday against the Edmonton Oilers. That game will be at home, 5 p.m. Pacific time for that one. I guess you could rep a Play Sweetness shirt there. You never know
Yeah.
what could happen.
I'm just assuming though that that game's going to be as bad as Batman and Robin, which Jim Carrey was not in.
Is this going to be your thing now? So if you can
But it's also
segue
just
in
a
every-
horrible movie. It was the movie that got me into Batman, but it was just a horrible movie. Why does Batman have ice skates inside his boots? You know what? You know what? We come up with summer content and that sort of thing. I feel like we
Mhm.
need to go through like at least the Schumacher Batmans. So Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. We got to talk about those, I think.
We could. Yeah, absolutely.
Just for something.
It's been a while since I've seen those ones. So,
Yeah.
do
We watch
you
them
have anything
together.
you...
We'll make a date night out of it.
Perfect. Do you have anything you want to add about these upcoming games here?
Honestly, not really.
Okay.
I feel like the game against Dallas could be Batman Returns, which is pretty good. Is a good sequel. Or it could be Batman Forever, which is just like a meh sequel. So it could be either or. Arizona, fuck, I hope we win. Seriously. We are like stripped down, but we're not that stripped down.
Yeah.
We're not like, yeah, we're gonna take on Andrew, like an aging Andrew Ladd. Stripped down. Like,
Yeah.
and Edmonton, I don't know, man. Edmonton could actually be kind of interesting.
It's either going to
'Cause
be
they-
we get
'cause they
shat on
kinda
or
Hit or miss lately too, yeah.
yeah, exactly. It's either we get shat on and just there's no point in even watching, or Edmonton has worse defensive collapses than us, and it ends up being
And we
like
somehow go for it.
like going to overtime or something, like another high scoring like 9-8 game or something like that.
Yeah. John Gibson and or Stellars are still a better combination, I think. I would still pick them any day of the
absolutely.
week over Mike Smith and Mikko Koskinen.
Well, yeah,
So
even just
goaltending
for
is our
John
advantage
Gibson,
here.
honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Even just for John Gibson. Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers right now are 7-2-1 in their last 10. They're about to play LA, it looks like here. So
They're playing them tonight, actually.
oh, okay. There you go.
So-
Arizona currently 3-6-1.
In their last
Mind
game,
you,
yeah.
though, we are 0-8-2. So
Yeah. Yeah, we can't really talk about.
Arizona has
say
more-
last 10 is.
Yeah, Arizona has
indication
more
of status
wins in
there.
their last 10 than we have points in our last 10.
Yeah. Oh my
So-
God. I just sorted the standings by last 10, and it's not a fun time. I mean, obviously we're last.
Dude, that's
We're
the
0 and
rest of
10,
our
0 and 2.
season. Get ready for it.
Yeah. Dude, like Detroit's better, like 2-5-3. Montreal
Detroit got their
is
ass handed to them, though. Did you see that score the other night?
the 11-2. Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
Oh,
shit.
oh my God. Sorry.
Like,
I
I was
gotta,
laughing because like you had the Battle of Alberta, which was Calgary over Edmonton 9-5, and like the crowd was chanting for that one, like, oh, we won 10, we won 10. It's like, okay, then go to Pittsburgh, they'll put up 11.
yeah. That's insane. I think I saw
Man,
that
you
was
wanna-
the
you wanna
first time
not
that
talk
happened
about it-
since like 2004 or something like that.
Yeah, something crazy. You want to talk about another hot and cold goaltender lately, though, isn't Delkovich? I know he's not
Yeah,
in
all
front of
over the
like, or
place.
he's not behind like a great team, but like, dude, he's either gonna pull a Vezina performance or like you would rather throw in a Pee-wee goalie.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm trying to find this meme here that I saw about this game. But apparently I go on Reddit way too much because this is a lot of stuff. I'll just describe it because it's just as good, but it's
All
it was Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, and Will Smith had like the Pittsburgh logo over it, and Chris Rock had the Detroit
Detroit.
logo.
Oh
So
man,
that was pretty good. Okay, yeah. I mean, what are your expectations for these 3 games?
I hope there's
one-
2 points.
1-2 and
I mean,
0? Just 2
yeah.
points. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the expectation. So, and I'm
Yeah.
like I said, I'm still waiting for just a Dallas goaltender. It's gonna be Ottinger or Wedgwood, a Dallas goaltender to put up a 940 in the next game, though.
Yeah. If they do, I just hope that Gibson puts up like a 941 or something that we
Yeah,
still come out on
just to make
top,
it
you know?
like something better. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least with how he's been playing lately, we know it won't be his fault if it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
With how he's been playing lately, you would think, but you never know.
Yeah. Never know. Exactly. So yeah, just hope for 2 points. Yeah. Honestly, well, no, it does. We have to get 2 points against Arizona. Any other
We have
point
to.
is just a bonus. Like I'm
Yeah.
not going to even accept 2 points against Dallas and then none against Arizona and Edmonton. Like if
Yeah.
we lose to Arizona, that is the lowest of lows.
Dude,
You
I'll
can't
take
come back from that.
I'll take beating Arizona in overtime. There just has to be a win.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, exactly. 1 point is unacceptable against Arizona.
Yeah.
So,
If there's not a W beside that, it's unacceptable.
Yeah.
So,
well said. Okay. Well,
and
let's
I
take
will
another
send
quick-
Dallas Eakins a Play Sweetness t-shirt because that's a win for the fan base if he fucks that up that royally because we know he's gone at that point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't even wait for the end of the season at that point. Oh man. Well, let's take a quick break here. We got a few things for what's quacking on the other side. Yeah, I've got some questions saved as well here. I know Nate's got some
Perfect.
as well. So we got lots of things for what's quacking. But we'll see you on the other side of the break first.
Do you want a true champion's perspective? Well, come on over to the Bolts broadcast, where we talk about the Tampa Bay Lightning, have some friendly banter, and of course, hockey name of the day.
If you pronounce it, you can get it.
Anthony Nunschwander.
You didn't pronounce it right. That's up. Anthony.
Anthony Nunschwander.
It's N-E-U-E-N. It's Neuenschwander. Anthony Neuenschwander.
Dude, I always slept in German class, so I don't know how you expected me to put that together. Come on.
You only took it for 4 years.
I took it for 2.
Took it for 2 years? Oh no, J-Do
Yeah.
took it that long.
I took it for 2 years and was like asleep in all of German too.
Oh, you
because
only took it in junior high. You didn't take it in
Yeah.
high school at all.
No. Yeah, she sent us across the hallway, and it was like me and, I don't know, 5 other people, and all we did was just goof off because it was an empty room of just us while she was too busy yelling at you guys because you guys were a terrible class.
No, we weren't terrible class. A couple people were terrible people. I'm not going to
You.
mention names. Not going to call it anybody in this pod. It was
Chase
not me.
Crawshaw.
It was 100% not me.
Oh boy, I know a couple of those names, but yeah, it's a good point, Chase. We won't mention those here. New episodes every Monday, only on the Hockey Podcast Network.
All right. Music. All right. Let's start. Here, we'll start with a couple things we have saved from the chat here, and then we'll get to the other ones that you had, if that works for you. So first one's question from Marcus, Ducks related question. So as you may know, Ducks are my second favorite team, yet I don't have any Ducks jerseys in my 15 jersey collection. Should I get Zegras home or Zegras away or Zegras orange jersey?
Dude, it's not even a question. The orange jersey.
Absolutely that one.
Yep.
The only other acceptable one would be waiting for next season and getting Zegras reverse retro.
Ooh, yeah. Which I still haven't been able to dig up any information.
Yeah, we don't know what it is,
what
but
it will
I just have a feeling it's going to be sick. Like,
I've been
given what they
trying.
did with the Wild Wing one. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Just like everything, Anaheim is very tight-lipped. Like, I have been trying to figure out. Like, I know what a few teams are doing, and I haven't been able to figure out Anaheim. So
Yeah, it's because nobody knows. They probably don't even know, honestly. Thank you, Lauren, for complimenting our quacking noises. It's great.
Worked very hard. I got attacked by those ducks recording that. No, I'm kidding. Fun fact, though, I did get attacked by a duck when I was a kid, though.
And was that a traumatic event for you, or?
It was actually for a bit. I used to be terrified of ducks, honestly.
Wild.
Just in general. So it's like 10 minutes outside of like where we're living now, actually. So my grandparents lived here too. So I used to come here quite a bit. About 10 minutes outside of town, there's a like a bird conservatory kind of thing.
Oh,
so they got a bunch of different. Oh, geez, I keep hitting the microphone. They got like different like owls and hawks, and I think they have an eagle in there. Like they got a bunch of different birds, but they also have an area that has a shit ton of ducks, and which I just realized is a perfect photo op with our new merch. We gotta go do that. I just realized that. So you were able to feed these ducks, and this one duck thought I had food in my hand and just took a massive bite, like clamped over my hand and held on. and I was like maybe 6 years old or something like that, I remember. But just for years after, I was terrified of ducks. I hated them.
I mean, ducks are assholes. So.
Ducks are assholes, but not as big of assholes as Canadian geese.
Yeah, that's true.
So we call them cobra chickens up here for a reason. So
yeah, they're bad.
But yeah. So but yes, I have been bit by a duck before.
Gotcha. This was another question from Marcus, a really important one. Is cheesecake a pie?
No, it's a cake.
It's right there in the name, Marcus. It's a cake.
See now, I'm not doing by like, oh, it's obvious, it's right there. I'm looking at the design of a cheesecake. Now, when I think of a pie, I think of it like in kind of something like encased in like a crust kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. Whereas a cheesecake, it's just on the bottom like a normal cake. If you have something like that, it's not up the sides of it. So that's where I'm saying that cheesecake is a cake. It's not a pie.
Yeah, that's like, you know, the standard reasoning, I guess. But if it did have the crust along the sides, they would call it a cheese pie, not a cheesecake. So yeah, it's called a cheesecake. That also like so the answer is obvious. But like, you're right. That is why it is a cake.
Cheese pie sounds appealing, but not at the same time.
Yeah,
cheesecake sounds better weirdly. I don't get it either. But
yeah,
it just for some reason sounds more appealing. So,
but yeah, no, I agree. Maybe it's just because cheesecake is standard and cheese pie is, you know,
maybe
foreign.
I don't know. Yeah,
like if it was always called a cheese pie, then it wouldn't sound so weird. But
yeah, that could be.
I don't know. Yeah. Okay, you got a couple other things for us. What are they?
Yeah. So I came across this thing. This wasn't a show that I watched growing up, but my little sister did, which is Peppa Pig. And so I guess there was an episode about, or like a little segment in a episode that was about spiders, which by the way, I'm still fucking terrified of them. I hate spiders. I'll deal with them, but I hate them. Like, no,
Mhm.
not for me. Anyway, in this episode though, the dad explains that there's no need to be afraid, Peppa. Spiders are very, very small and they can't hurt you. This episode in particular was banned in Australia because there are many spiders in Australia that can hurt you and will also kill you. So they had to
Yeah.
ban this episode so you don't have like, I don't know, like a little kid going out to like a huntsman spider. There's like a bunch of massive fuckers down there that like my aunt and uncle live down there, and it would be so cool to visit them. But I'm like, there are things just that will sit in my shoe that could kill me. I'd rather not
Yeah.
do that. I'd rather, be like, okay, you know what? There's a polar bear like 1,000 kilometers north of me. I'm good with that. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so they had to ban this episode of Peppa Pig because it said that spiders can't hurt you, and in Australia they can. So
That's
I just
wild.
found that to be pretty entertaining. So
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
usually they ban like TV episodes because it like has some flashing sequences that gives a bunch of kids seizures or whatever. But this
Yeah.
is like this is like
just-
actual
in
bad
Australia,
advice for
this is-
Australia.
yeah, in Australia this is fake news.
Yeah.
And the censors are like, no, we're not having that. We're not having a bunch of kids bring home these massive spiders and go, Mom, Dad, look what I got. Ah! Dead.
Dead. It's like in Frozen 2. You haven't seen that, have you?
No, I have seen it actually.
Oh, you have seen Frozen 2? Oh, okay.
I have seen
thought-
Frozen 2. I went and saw Frozen 2 in the theaters. I didn't see the first one in the theaters, but I did go see
Okay.
the second one. So, which honestly, okay, so I saw Frozen 2 in the theaters at a late night showing. This was like a 9:30, 10 o'clock showing. So it was only adults there actually. And
That's the way
I
to
think
go.
that actually made the experience so much better because it was the
Mhm.
it was the adults. Like every kids show or every kids movie has those jokes for the adults, right? The ones who are sitting through it with their kids or that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And so like it made it just like more of an adult comedy kind of thing because you had those jokes and you had all the adults laughing at it. So it was
Yeah.
great in that sense.
Yeah, and you don't have to like listen to a 5-year-old sing "Let It Go" or like
Yeah, exactly.
scream with glee every time like Olaf walks
Yeah.
onto the screen or whatever. But just the way you said like dead, it reminded me of like when Olaf like
yeah.
recaps the first movie.
Which that's one of my favorite parts of that movie.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
So good.
And he's just like so blunt. He's like, Elsa's dead. Anna's
Yeah.
dead.
Their parents went on a journey. They died.
Yeah. You're in Australia, you bring home a spider, dead.
Dead.
All right, what else you got for us here?
Okay, so the last thing I got, okay, semi-personal question. I think I know the answer to, but I just want to make sure.
Mhm.
Is your girlfriend lactose intolerant?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Okay. So is my girlfriend. So we have very, we have firsthand experience into what I'm going to talk about here with lactose intolerant people. All right.
We have ticking time
you-
bombs.
Yeah, and you know what?
essentially.
I'm sure there are people that listen to this podcast that are going to feel very attacked here, and I apologize, but not at the same time. People with gluten allergies. Can I see the gluten-free menu, please? People with nut allergies. Can I get that without nuts and like just make sure it doesn't touch it? People with lactose intolerance allergies. Yeah, can I get the 4 cheese ravioli baked with extra cheese and bring over the extra parm grater, please?
As they like down half a bottle of Lactaid.
Deadass was my girlfriend the other night. We went out for dinner with my grandma, and she gets like the fettuccine Alfredo, which
Mhm.
like I know is gonna be at least a half an hour in the bathroom.
Yeah. you're like
Like lactose
you're
intolerant
looking,
people are
yeah.
the only people who have an allergy and go, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna double down on that actually. Which
Yeah.
you know what? I understand. Yeah, living without cheese, that would suck. And I already like I have a couple friends who have like gluten allergies as well. And I'm just like, man, imagine if you had both of those. I wouldn't want to be on this planet anymore at that point. I just be,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm good without. If I can't have bread and I can't have cheese, I'm out. I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only thing worth eating at that point is a steak. But then you can't
Yeah,
have garlic
exactly.
toast. You can't have
No.
mashed potatoes because the best mashed potatoes have cream in them,
Yeah, cream,
cheese.
butter. Yeah,
cream,
milk.
butter, all that stuff. Yeah. So like you're just having a steak with a side of vegetables.
Which I mean, that does still sound pretty good. But
Yeah, but it's no garlic toast and mashed potatoes.
yeah, that's true.
So
Texas garlic toast. It's got to
So-
be Texas garlic toast.
yeah. But yeah, you're right. It's
It's just
that is how they are.
lactose allergies that people like. Those
Yeah.
people do it. Again, if you're listening to this and you're lactose intolerant, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry for the fact that you put yourself in that situation. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, you know what? There is worse things, right? Like you do have people would
Yeah.
say like nut allergies that are, like they get covered in rashes or they can't breathe or that sort
Their
of
throat
thing.
swells up.
Yeah,
Exactly. That
I
makes
haven't heard
sense,
of
yeah.
anyone with a lactose allergy that has that. All I've heard is just like, man, I really gotta shit, and don't go in there for another hour after I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, if I eat this ice cream now, like we have to leave immediately to
Now.
go home because
Yeah.
like we can't do like the sit around and chat for 20 minutes because
Yeah.
10 minutes down the road we're gonna have a rough time and we're
Yeah,
gonna be in the
exactly.
middle of
And
nowhere.
they're not going into the bathroom to let the person that's getting paid minimum wage deal with that mess.
no. No, absolutely.
And
not.
again, I can make these jokes because my girlfriend is lactose intolerant, and I have seen this all unfortunately firsthand. So I'm
Yeah.
probably even gonna get a smack from her because I know she's listening in right now, but I don't even care. You people are nuts that you'll just like purposely put yourself in that situation. So
Mhm. Yeah, it's insane. But I mean,
Yeah.
realistically, if I was lactose intolerant, I'd be the same way. I'm not giving up cheese.
Yeah.
I'm not giving up,
no,
my
I would just
cereal,
make sure I have like
ice cream.
lactose pills or whatever.
Mhm.
Like I know people like my girlfriend will just straight up say like, "Ah, fuck it, I'll deal with the consequences." Like, no,
Yeah.
no. Oh man, but yeah, so that's what I got.
Nice. Well, that's a good place to end it, I feel,
Yeah,
because
I think so, too.
I really don't know where we go from there. So
yeah, I don't know either.
yeah. Well,
Take
once
care
again,
of your butt.
yeah, take care of your butt. But once again, we got our merch store wide open, 15% off for the next 9 days, whatever it was.
Yeah, I think it's next Thursday it
tqrshop.myspreadsshop.com. Okay. Next Thursday night. Yeah, you can go there, get some merch, 15% off. And if you get it, feel free to send us some pictures of you rocking the sweet merch to Quack Report Pod on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. I guess
yeah.
all those places. I don't know if you can send DMs on YouTube, but if you can, why not? And
Don't think you can.
I don't think so either. But who knows? At Quack Report Pod on everything for your sweet merch pictures and just to chat with us and hang out. Also, if you have an issue with something that Nate brought up in the last few minutes of today's episode regarding lactose intolerance, you can direct all complaints to where?
You can direct those complaints to Twitter at Tate Nomas, TATENHOMAS, along with the Quack Report Twitter at Quack Report Pod as usual. I'll still tell you that you do it to yourself, but maybe it comes to be a good conversation or a shitty conversation. Pun intended.
And that's yeah, no, that's it.
Oh,
You can follow myself on Twitter at Carter_pods, POTTS_97. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Enjoy the merch. Enjoy bugging Nate if you're lactose intolerant. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday.